Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California, and today is Monday, August the 18th, 2025. Today I'm jumping ahead a little bit to Christmas, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. We're going to be looking at the Joyful Days Memory and More. This is on page 13 in the catalog that you're going to be getting any day now in the mail, because these go live the very first Tuesday in September, and I'm trying to think, I don't know if that's the second or the third, but it's the very first Tuesday in September. Now, the reason I'm jumping ahead to Christmas is because at the end of April, I flew to Jackson, Mississippi to spend time with some of my high school friends for a reunion. And my friend that I stayed with, said that they have a family get-together every fall, and they do crafts for a whole week. And she asked me if I could come and do crafts for them. Well, I'm probably going to end up doing it on Zoom. But I wanted to create some cards for them. And I thought, hey, this might just be exactly the easiest thing to do. So let's take a look first and see the cards, how many cards and what they look like that are in this set. So this just makes it a little bit bigger. Joyful Days, Memory and More, page 13. Oh, September 3rd. 165822, September 3rd, and it's $11.50 for the whole set of 54 cards. Okay, so there are 3 large cards, and here you go. The large cards are 4x6, and this one is 1. The trees are 2, and then this one is more for scrapbooking. These 2 are more for scrapbooking. You might want to use the backs for something if you don't do scrapbooking. And then the small cards are 4 inches by 3 inches. And I'll just show you the backs of these. You may or may not be interested. There's a scrapbooking piece. Cute little tree. Merry Christmas. I'm going to be using this on a big card. And then Christmas cheer. Okay, so there's what you get, your 54 cards. So now I'm just going to pick them up and set them aside. And I'm going to set aside one of those, one of these, one of these, and then one of each of these. Okay, so I believe the rest of these I can just put away. Okay. All right, so the first card we're going to make, let me show you what it looks like, what it's going to look like. Okay, it's going to look like this. And I haven't put anything inside yet because I'm going to let my friend choose the greeting that she wants to say inside. Okay, so this is obviously this card. And then this is this card turned this way and cut down. So we are going to cut them down. You know, occasionally I do make an oversized card, but I'm not going to do that now. With the postage being 78 cents per card, you might just want to think twice about, you know, how many cards you're going to send out. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to cut the card down. The Joyful, can't even read my own writing, Joyful Days is going to be 5 inches by 3 3/4. Right now it's 6 inches. And I want it to be 5 inches. So if I'm going to cut 1 inch off, then I'm going to cut 1/2 inch, right, off of each side. So we'll just cut 1/2 inch off of each side. Okay, there we go. I don't know that I can use those little pieces, but I won't throw them out yet. And then it's going to be 3 3/4. Oh shoot, I thought I should have thought about this ahead of time. How much am I cutting off? 3 3/4, and it's normally 4. Oh, so I'm not cutting off that much. Yeah, I'm not cutting off that much at all. 3 3/4 by 4, so I'm going to just cut off 1/8 of an inch. Wait, is that right? Okay, instead of 4, I'm going to cut off 1/8 of an inch from this side, and I'm going to cut off 1/8 of an inch from this side so that it's 3 3/4. Yeah, that threw me for a minute. I forgot to think that through. Okay. All right, so here's our card. So I've got just a regular white card. This is the heavy cardstock. And see, actually, if you took, I'm just going to show you what you could do. You could do this. Wouldn't that be a beautiful card? The most wonderful time of the year. That in itself would make a beautiful card. You could put some embellishments on there and have it be really pretty. But I wanted to make this just a step up a little bit. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to go ahead and put, you know, something I discovered recently. You guys are not going to believe this. You are watching me use, I know you guys call this green glue. I don't know why, because it's white. But anyway, I discovered how much less expensive this is than the Stamp and Seal that I've been using. So when it's a project I already know I'm not going to want to take it apart again and it's set, then I'm just going to use the green glue. Can you even believe it? I can't believe it myself that I'm using it. Because you know me, I love to be able to go back a day later, a week later, a year later, and change my mind. And you cannot change your mind when you're using glue like this. But when you know that what you're doing is what you want, then you can use it and save a lot of money. Okay, it doesn't really matter which way I put this on, because it's the most wonderful time of the year is going to get covered up. Okay, so now here's my little card, and the little card, it's 4 by 3. So this is 4 1/4. 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, which is what the red is. So let's put the little card, which is 4 by 3, onto the cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. Then I could just put it on here like this. However, I thought it might look really nice if we lifted it up on dimensionals. So let's put some dimensionals behind this on the back. And I want it to be pretty well supported. Talk about quick Christmas cards. This is going to be a really quick Christmas card. And there's something very appealing, isn't there, about being able to make a quick Christmas card. Or like I said, if you want to make quite a few and you don't mind some of them being a little bit smaller, then you've got a lot of cards you can make out of this one set. Okay, let's see if I can hit the wastebasket with these. Ta-da! All right. If you don't, it just gets to be a big mess. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cover this up, which is beautiful. But this is also beautiful. Come on. Come on. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I'm going to let my friend... Oh, wait. Did I get that on there straight? Perhaps not. You know, you can reposition this if you do it very quickly. And I'm going to just very quickly move it over just a tiny bit more to the right. Is that right? Does that look good? Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick. I don't have anything that's cherry cobbler. So I'm going to take my cherry cobbler blend, use the fat end, and I want one large, one medium, and one small. So I'm just going to very gently color this. Don't do it too hard or you're going to ruin the tip of your marker. Okay, there you go. All right, then, okay. I had in my hand my Take-A-Pick like 1 second ago. And if I can't find it, which I guess I can't, then I'll have to just pick these up myself. Okay, so with the large one here, the Take-A-Pick just makes it so much easier. How do you lose something when it's just like right in front of your face, right? But I seem to be a master at it. I think we've all done it if we're stampers. We can all do it, right? Okay, so there you go. Now we've got cherry cobbler. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And then we'll just I'll probably put cherry cobbler inside whatever my friend chooses for the card, but there you go. You have a beautiful card, and it just took not even a minute to make, maybe a minute. Okay, so there's card number 1. Okay, now I'm going to show you card number 2. So obviously for card number 2, okay, we used that. Now we're going to use this card, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut it down. First of all, though, I want to show you, this is garden green. We're going to make a garden green backing, and this pattern, you saw me use this a couple of weeks ago. This is called the Pattern of Friendship die. I was calling it an embossing folder, and I thought, oh, it's not an embossing folder, it's a die. And it's on the last chance. Ooh, yikes, I didn't check today to see if it's still available, but it's on sale, which is really nice, so hopefully it is. Pattern of Friendship die. Okay, so I'm gonna place it on here this way, make sure it's nice and straight, and then I'm just gonna take a second and go run this through my machine, and you'll see what a beautiful design it makes. Make sure it's on there straight. Okey-dokey. Ooh, I don't think it's on there straight. I should love that. Stay right where I put you. Do not move. Okay, I think we got it. I have no idea who thought of the embossing folders and the dies, but whoever did, wow. I'm so grateful because it just adds so much interest to our card. Okay, so now we're going to pull this off. Look what a beautiful pattern. Isn't that gorgeous? It adds a lot of interest without interfering a lot with the whole idea of the card. Okay, so once again, Pattern of Friendship die 165384. Hopefully it's still available. All right, so let me get another card. And this is, I keep a whole bunch of them just already scored because it's just so convenient to not have to stop every single time and score it. Okay, so this time I want to put a lot of glue on here. Actually, I think I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal this time because I want to be right out to the edge. Well, I didn't get that one on the edge. I want it to really have a strong seal. I'm going to put one down the middle. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add this gorgeous layer. I think that looks pretty good. And then just go all the way around the edges, make sure it's nice and secure. Okay, then we're going to use this card, and we're going to be cutting it down to the same dimensions that we cut the first card down to. So let's get our cutter out. Okay, so it's going to be 5 inches. So once again, we're going to cut off 1/2 inch on each end. Okay, so now it's going to be down to 5 inches. With this one, it's so easy. It doesn't really matter where you cut it. And then I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off of each of the other sides to get our correct 3 3/4. Okay, there we go. I mean, it just doesn't get much easier than this, making cards. Okay, so here we go. We're ready to add this. And this time, I think I will go back and use my glue because there's no pattern to it. There's nothing that's gonna need any extra strength. Okay, you just scribble your little heart away, putting the glue on. Okay, here we go. And this glue, I mean, you got a second to move it, but it adheres pretty quickly also. Okay, then I'm trying to figure out, now what am I gonna do to make this cute? Because it's pretty, but it's a little bit plain. Okay, little glue, we don't want you coming out. Okay, so there is a set. Let's see, what page is it on? Oh, I just found it a minute ago. Well, sorry about that, you guys. I even put my, all right, well, I know it's in here, so let's just take a look. I don't know where I wrote it down. So much for planning ahead, right? Okay, it's on the right-hand corner. So let's, there, right here. Okay, so these dies that I'm going to use right here, okay, this is called Words for the Season dies. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a banner. All right, now there's something very unique about these greetings that you're not going to notice, I don't think, when you first look at this. I certainly didn't notice. If you look at this, you're going to notice that the M is not connected to the ERRY. The H is not connected to the APPY. I thought, seriously, why in the world would Stampin' Up! Do that? So I asked, why are the first letters separated from the rest of the word? And they said it's an artistic idea, so that if you wanted to raise up the first, to make some kind of a little artistic statement, you could do that. Or if you wanted to change the color, excuse me, you guys, if you wanted to change the color of the first letter and make it different from the word, you could do that. Now, I really don't want to do that. But, I could see if you were doing Halloween, I don't know, there might be some situation where you did want to do that. So it's just an artistic possibility that they're giving you by doing that. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. So here's the Christmas. Here's the M for Mary. Okay, so let's line this up and kind of get an idea. I wanted to pull it down so that I could see the tops of the trees. So kind of like that. I'm just going to get an idea of where I want it. It makes it a little clumsy, to be quite honest, to deal with the first letter being separate. But once I understood why they did it, I thought, okay, fine, I'm going to give you guys a little grace. Not get upset. It just happens that I want Merry Christmas to be all the same. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to take my little tiny glue and I'm going to take my, I think I'm going to put the Mary down first. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, so I think the first time I did this, I put the M down first. And it was a little difficult to get it lined up. So I think it's going to work much better if I do the Mary and make sure it's right where I want it. And then it'll be easy to get the M. Okay, this is going so much better. Oh my gosh, you guys, you wouldn't believe all that I went through the first time. Yeah, don't put the M down first. Put the big part down first and then line up the rest of it. Yeah. That way you can keep your sanity. I must have moved it. I can't even tell you how many times the first time. Okay, so now let's just get it lined up here. Okay, fine. Okay, oh my word, that was so easy. All right, so let's do it again this time with the Christmas. Boy, you guys, since I moved out here to San Bernardino, there are things in the air that clog up my throat that never happened when I was over in DeWarty. I lived there for 30 years. And after I was treated initially for my allergies, I never had trouble again, ever. But things are different out here. Okay, so here's the Christmas. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how, you guys, do not put the first letter down first. Oh my word. I was struggling like crazy. Yeah, so put the big part of the word down and then follow up with the little letter. And these tweezers make it really easy to just put it right where you want it. I think that's good. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. Okay, live and learn. I just figured that out right this minute, just so you know. Okay, then I want to show you these. These are new. And what are they called? Faceted snowflakes. They're in the I don't know. I think they're online. 166077 faceted snowflakes. So they come in white and green and red. And even though these are red and I'm working with cherry cobbler, okay, now I'm bummed. Oh, oh my word, you guys, my take-a-pick, if it had been a snake, it would have bitten me. Seriously? Okay, so I'm going to take a big one, put it here, take a small one, put it here, and I'm going to take a small one. It really doesn't matter what you put up here because they're all going to be so pretty. Do I like that? No, I think I'm going to move these now that I got them on there so nicely. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Second card finished. How simple is that? And then once again, I'm going to ask my friend what kind of greeting, she would like inside. So 2 simple cards, very, very pretty. Okay, now I'm going to show you a third card that I made. Now remember, these cards are 4 by 3. So that means the cherry cobbler is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then the big one is just, okay, oh, I wrote it down. So it's 7 by 4 1/2. So when you fold it, then it becomes 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So that's what this is. And I thought, there are different options for this type of card. You could make this a Christmas card and send it. You could punch a hole in it, put a really cute little ribbon through it and tie it around the bow or the ribbon. It could be a gift card to go on your package. Or you could even put a to from. I think once I am really going to do this, I'll put a few little embellishments on there too. But it could be a gift card, or it could actually be a Christmas card. Okay, so now let me pull out some of these other cards and I'm going to show you some other possibilities. Okay, so we've used the Joyful Days, and these are going to be used for the Christmas card. Okay, so here's another possibility. Why not do that? Put some pretty embellishments on it, and that could easily be, it could be a thank you, or it could be a Christmas card, or it could be a gift card. So there's one. Okay, now let's find the next one. Okay, the trees again. I think I would keep it red even though the trees are green. Just put some pretty embellishments. You could put to from, make it a card or a gift card. Very pretty. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, here's one that doesn't have anything in it. What about making it a thank you? Just put a beautiful red or cherry cobbler thank you inside, and that would be amazing. Okay, so there's lots of possibilities for these cards. So I'm going to use 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, to make 2 cards. And then I've got all kinds of possibilities. So I could make, let's see, if I made this a card, and this a card, and this a card. I think that's all. Is there one more? No. Okay. So I have 4 different possibilities here. I'm going to do that because you kind of already see it once. Okay. So I've got 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 24 cards. This is 12 more cards. So it's 12 and 24, 36. So I'm going to be able to make 36 cards out of this one set. That's $11.50. And all you need to do is just add some embellishments to it and a greeting to go inside. So I think this is going to be a very popular item. And if I were you, if you like the idea, I would go ahead and get it like day one, as soon as it goes live on September 3rd, because I think it is going to be very popular. Just easy, easy Christmas cards that are beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will look forward to having you the next time. Oh, I forgot to say, if you find when fall rolls around and you don't get one of the new holiday catalogs, please reach out to me at Sandy, see if I can uncover it, sandystamper@earthlink.net. No A in the stamper because Sandy Stamper with an A was taken. And I'm more than happy to send you a catalog, or if you have a question about dimensions or anything, just email me and I'm happy to respond to you. So once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to having you next time.